Hey, it's Nay, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new here. I am Nay. Welcome to Nay's Little Garden. So, I got a new chair, and I'm like, I love it. It's not really, it's just plain black, but it's actually really comfortable and it feels so sturdy. I feel like, over the years of having a chair, it just gets loose, and I've tightened it over the years, but it still just wasn't right. And now I'm like, wow, this is what it's supposed to feel like. Insane. Anyway, so we have to catch up. It's been a minute. I feel like there's parts in the garden where there might not be the most interesting things to talk about. Now, I have been slowly moving out a lot of my plants to my little polytunnel I built. I don't know if you could tell, these two are completely empty. Half of that's missing, half of that's missing. Some of them are missing down there. And then I planted, taking stuff out of the green stock planting too, to up pod. Like, just a lot of things have gone down. Things were going very well. And then we had like a 78-degree day. And for those of you who know, when you have some type of structure to grow your plants in, it retains a nice amount of heat, especially when it's already hot outside. If you hear screaming, just know I have 3 under 5, so it is what it is. But I don't know, I feel like it was probably almost 90 degrees inside of the greenhouse, and maybe even warmer, and I roasted some of my plants. Very upsetting. However, it is what it is. What does that mean? Well, thank goodness I started so many, because I really don't think I'm gonna be without. I'm about to start we're gonna start together my last batch of indoor seeds before I just start planting things outdoors. And the only real reason I am starting them indoors is because I have something, more than one somethings. I think it's maybe a mixture of squirrels and groundhogs, and maybe even little field mice or something outside. And I went into the polytunnel yesterday and about lost my mind for 2 seconds, because I saw something out the corner of my eye moving, turn, and it was a little creature. It ran out and it's fine, but obviously I don't want to plant too many seeds right now, because they are out and about ready to eat and they are hungry. So instead of planting seeds and then never having anything pop up, I'm gonna start some of them now. So I can say joyously that most of the things I'm about to plant out right now, like start right now, have popped up for the ones that I've already planted, like at least one of them. So for example, my butterscotch butternut has popped up, my Long Island cheese, one of my loofah gourds. Did I plant acorn squash? If I did, no, I didn't. This is sealed. So I feel like something else also popped up. Oh, my Space Master cucumber popped up. I planted 2 beans out, and those also popped up. So I have here this. Now I did go ahead and get a tray of starts. I don't know if you had to fill out like a half an acre of starts, it definitely could get pricey, but I really didn't think it was that. It was $15 for this entire tray, and I mixed up my stuff. So I got like Brussels sprouts and cabbage and lettuce and something else. Like, I mixed up what I purchased. So for me, for $15 to get 2, 4, 8, like, that's not even $2 per like thing. And it was either 3 or 4 came in it. So it's like, if you're going off of the 4, let's say it was $1.70, I mean, it's not even 50 cents, right, for one start. And they were very healthy looking, and the roots are very strong, and hadn't even started root bounding, I guess because I got them so early. So I don't know. Anyway, so I have some of those here. I ran out of soil that I've made and now got too lazy to fill these other two. So if I feel like after I do this, I will go do what I gotta do. But for now, having 2, 4, 6 is fine. 4 of them are from this tray originally. The other 2 are my stuff, which still has 6 cells in it, as opposed to 4 or 3. Now, it having 6 cells, I'm gonna use them only because I don't intend for them to stay very long in here anyway. I might, like the 2 6-cell ones, I might go ahead and plant those out within 2 weeks. I really just need them to sprout out, and then the other ones I might let grow a little bit longer just because there's more space. Unfortunate news, we're gonna start with the Johnny's hybrid butternut winter squash seeds. Not so great news. My watermelon still hasn't sprouted yet, and I have my eye on the watermelon because those are my seeds. What does that mean? I quite literally, I'm gonna plant one because there's a 91% germination rate. Why, you're asking? Because I went ahead and saved those seeds last year myself, and I am still new to this, not yet true to this, and so I just want to make sure that it's going to sprout and I can do, my goal is probably to try to do more than 1 flush this year of everything because I started things so late and last year, and I got pretty dang decent good harvest in my humble opinion, and so I have a feeling I could probably do like 2 flushes of a lot of this stuff. Oh wait, hold on. All right, so I wrote a couple of them out. So what did I just plant out? The butternut butterscotch. I'm just going ahead and putting 1 in each one so that when it comes time to plant out, because one thing I've noticed is if I did more than 1 of something and I only did 1 tag, I ended up having to run back in. I didn't know what tag, and it's just a lot. Honestly, some things don't have tags. I think they just got, wow, these candy roaster ones are so big, these seeds. I think I showed you that before. And that was just annoying, so I'm just gonna do it now. Some of them do not have tags because they got lost in the shuffle, whatever things happened, and that's okay. Because I'm not growing exactly the same thing of a lot of different varieties, so I should be able to tell after they grow. Sweet meat squash. I haven't started any of these. Oh, these are huge too, but they're not as thick. I think also, I feel like most things I've seen somebody go ahead and start in these type of cells and plant it out. It just depends how careful you have to be when you do so, I feel like, for a lot of things, because I've seen even people do beets and stuff, like root crops in these, and then plant it out, and then they have stuff. So I feel like most things you can in fact do, whether or not, you know, some people think so, because they, you know, we all have different grow zones and stuff, so, and our own ability to, and patience to want to be gentle. I've seen people take like the 50 cell trays and plant 1 onion seed per tray or 2, so they'll have something pop up, and snip 1 and only have 1 growing per small cell tray. And I've seen people take the big ones and plant a whole bunch in that 1 big one, and they both grow decent sized onions. So honestly, do you? I'm gonna try to go ahead and grow 2 more of these. Only 1, I planted out 2 trays of this, only 1 has popped up. I don't intend to eat these. I'm really using this for the loofah part. So this is gonna be in my garden for a very long time. I'm gonna put these in the smaller cell, but I just want to make sure it's gonna actually grow. So 1 seed has popped up, and I think I'm gonna aim for 2 The thing is, some people are like, oh my gosh, one is more than enough. I have enough loofah for the year, yada, yada, yada. My fear of only planting out one is if something happens to that one, now I am very upset. You know what I mean? Like, I would rather, and this might sound wasteful to some people, and that's okay. I would rather be like, no, too much is growing. I'm gonna yank this out or something. You know what I mean? Like, whatever the case may be, as opposed to literally putting all of my hopes and dreams into one basket. Okay, let's do the Jack B. Littles. This looks like I might have started any of these either. Okay, because this one says 2 to 3 weeks before last frost, which is literally where we're at. We're like literally 2 weeks before my last frosts. I'm gonna put these in the small one too, because this is so small. Eek. And you may not realize, but like certain plants really, I mean, you can watch videos about this, but they really are like well worth their money because they produce multiples of it. Like, you know, things like cauliflower and broccoli and stuff only produce one big one. Some of them will make smaller ones or whatever, but things like peppers, tomatoes, your squashes and gourds, they will produce multiples off of one seed, which is to me some magical-ish. I mean, it's giving Sailor Moon, it's giving Tokyo Mew Mew. It's magical girl-ish. I'm gonna go ahead and plant out. I didn't even, that was all of the ones I've written out, so I'll have to write some more out. I'm gonna try to plant out some more of this table king acorn squash. These are so small compared to the other ones. Now, the reason why I really liked, I went ahead and purchased, actually I should just go show you because I haven't even really opened it up and put it together to see what I even think of it. But there is a channel called More Than Farmers, and it's like a couple channel, and they've been gardening, right, for years. I think they have 5 acres or something, but they actually only garden, which is why I watched them on about a quarter of their acre of their land. And they grow so much. And what they do with storage wise, it looks, to my knowledge, is they go ahead and they have these little like basket things that I've only really seen in like the stores, in like mom and pop places where they have like the, I'm gonna go get it and show you guys. I won't write this down. Table king acorn squash. And so I went ahead and I tried to look for something similar, and the best one I could find, because while I was looking, a lot of them are collapsible, which at first I was like, but then the more I was looking, the more I was like, you know what, this actually makes sense, because let's say I finished them off in February, right? From February to June, I really don't need to be taking up space with those crates. I might as well just collapse them down and call it a day. So I only got, I think there's only 2 or 3 in it. Let me get it right now and I'm gonna show you, and we're gonna put it together. So this is what I'm working with. Let's go ahead and open them together. Yeah, there's what appears to be 3 here. Oh, this is gonna be something easy. Oops. Oh. Okay, that was actually very easy. So you have to push it in for it to kind of click. Okay. Wow, okay. So this is, okay, I like this. This is cool. And obviously once there's actual stuff in here, it will definitely stay upright. I like this. Okay, so I have 3 of these. Do I really need to do all 3 of them? No, not per se. Am I going to? Yes. I just have to make sure to push it so it clicks into this spot, which is what's going to prevent it from collapsing. I like this. Now, they weren't the cheapest, okay? I want to say I spent about maybe $38. So it's a little more than $10 per crate. Now, I'm hoping though that these will last me a long time. And what I'll probably end up doing is getting another brand's version of this as well and having 6. And then the idea would be that, like, this would be acorn squash. This would be the butternut squash. This would be my onions. Then I would do my sweet meat squash, my candy roaster squash, my maybe some pumpkins, and then I would have all of that stuff and store it. I don't have a root cellar. I have a basement, and I can get we have a thing to suck out the moisture from the air, and so it's like dry and cool, and I'm gonna see how that works for me. Did I plant something in here? No? Okay, good. Okay, let's keep planting because we are, I want to say, about halfway through. So here's a Long Island cheese. I'm gonna put this, 2 more of these, and I'm only putting 1 of each in each hole because my goal is to plant these out. I'm gonna pop them right out and just plant it away. I don't want to have to separate anything. I want to mess with the roots as little as possible. This is that fairy tale looking pumpkin, super pretty, a light color. Okay. Long Island cheese pumpkin. I feel like also maybe I could do that with my carrots. So I went ahead and bought some organic carrots from just the grocery store, to be honest, because I really didn't feel like carrots could last that long. I know some people are like, oh, I have carrots and they last so long. I just store them in the cool place or whatever. But I feel like mine went bad. Now, I don't know what I'm doing differently. It may be because I went ahead and made sure to purchase just the organic carrots, but they are still good in my fridge. Like, they snap still. And I had put them in the fridge about a month and a half, maybe even 2 months ago. So that tells me I might be able to store carrots because I have my first flush already. They look great. There's about 40 or 50 of them, 40 to 50 carrots ready. And closer to the end of the summer, I'm talking like August, I'm gonna plant some more. And what I'm gonna go ahead and do is plant like another 50, maybe even 60. And then those will hopefully tide us for the fall. So for me, like, I start the stews and the soups ASAP. I love soup and stew and all them, you know what I mean, braised beef rib, and it's just delicious with hot mashed potatoes. It's just right. Oh, potatoes. Okay, I might have to combine some squashes because it really depends on how good my harvests are, but I might have to combine some squashes in them because I planted out, I want to say 4, maybe 5 20-gallon grow bags of potatoes this year. So I am hoping I really have a bountiful harvest. Yeah, all of this since it's 2 to 3 weeks, which was probably why I started. All right, so I'm gonna plant out 2, 3, 2. I don't know, I love red kidney beans. I'm gonna plant out 4 into the smaller cells because I still have the 1 cell that's 1, 2, 3. This is the light red kidney beans. I feel like you could just use it for everything. Soups, stews, your rice. Ooh. You can just make beans that have like the nice thick gravy with them. They're delicious. Let me know what some of your favorite beans are. I'm definitely curious. Have you finished up starting your seeds indoors? I know I've seen some people recently say that in some of their videos, like, oh, this is my final. So I know I'm a little behind. Oh, I want to say some of my ones from my starts from January, I've been planted out. My tomatoes and peppers and stuff. Because the polytunnel, it's warm now at this point. The lowest I think is in the 40s at nighttime, and I think inside of that polytunnel is probably like 45 to 50 degrees at nighttime. Sheesh, when you do more than 2, it feels like you're I'm doing a lot of these just for this one thing. Last one. One other thing I want to mention. So the green stalk, y'all, I planted out some things in my green stalk, and that heat had something going to seed already. Like it's flowering. It's like flowering. I was like, is this supposed to be a broccoli? And no, that thing was not supposed to be broccoli. It's flowering. I think it was one of my cabbages, and I'm very sad about it because I grew that and that thing was looking healthy. Like it was looking so good. I'm gonna put the navy bush beans in the last 2 of the 6-cell tray. So that kind of honestly pisses me off. I'm gonna put 2. I'm gonna put 2. You can make baked beans with these, and I think I'm gonna try to separate 1. Yeah, I'm gonna put 2 in each cell and have 2 cells, and then see what comes of that. Because I successfully made my own like baked beans, and I'm not gonna sit here and tell you I am here to make everything that enters my family's mouth. It's, for me personally, that's just too much right now, and I'm not sure if I'll ever hit that route, unless absolutely necessary, of course, where everything that enters my family's mouth I'm making from scratch. I'm super interested in learning how to do it. Like I've made ketchup, I've made barbecue sauce, I've made the salt, I made ranch, I've made mayo, I feel like the only condiment I haven't really made relish. We don't really eat relish, but I haven't made mustard. But I made a lot of stuff, and buttercream. Like I just a lot of things, but I also go to the store and just buy some of the stuff as well, and it is what it is. Because that's a lot to do, and I don't want to burn myself out yet. I want to train myself to get better, go from once a month making that to twice a month. I'm doing purple whole pea bush. I should have put now I only have the big one, so I think I'm gonna put 2 per one, because they look like I might be able to separate these if I plant them out sooner, because these are wide, these cells I'm using. Yeah. What was I saying? Ooh, okay. But yeah, so maybe from once a month to twice a month to 3 times a month. I know some people, they're like, oh, I make everything. And I'm like, wow, you are amazing. I can't right now, and that's okay. That's another reason why I like More Than Farmers, because I feel like they have a very realistic, to me, lifestyle that is actually sustainable, and I feel like would feel much more sustainable to a lot more people than a lot of the other channels that you will see, who do make just about everything that enters their family's mouth from scratch, because it gets overwhelming. It definitely. I'm gonna plant out some garbanzo bush beans, and I'm also gonna do 2 per thing. 2 per cell, and then 2 cells. So hopefully I'll be able to separate these and not do any damage. And then I have 2 more cells left. So I will plant out let's do these black garbanzo beans. And that's it. So cool. Oh my gosh. That's so freaking cool. I can imagine for like Halloween, I make a like a dip with this. And instead of it looking like typical creamy color, it'll be black. Or it doesn't even have to be Halloween, it could be anything. It's just cool because it's different. Oh, some of my flowers died. I don't think I'm gonna start them again from inside. I think I'm gonna scatter those and hope nothing will smell them and be like, I need to eat this. Anyway, that's all I want to talk about today. Let's talk down in the comment section. It's the end of April, which is the end, I feel like, for a lot of people in terms of starting seeds. So how is your garden doing? 423. How are you doing? I feel like my mental health has skyrocketed. Garbanzo. Now, I wasn't really in the gutter. I did a pretty good job this past fall and winter with my mental health. I do think the planning of my garden helped a lot. You know, I started buying seeds like in Christmas and January, and so I just was so excited for that. And I don't know, there was just so many things. And my kids, oh my gosh, this is gonna sound so terrible, I'm sure, to some people, but my kids have reached have started to reach that fun age for me personally. I'm like a sporty, outside, do fun things type of mom. When you have little kids, especially with my firstborn being born during the pandemic, I just didn't do anything really, you know what I mean? And so to now be able to like go to sports practices and stuff with them and activities. We haven't really hit the movies yet, but we're getting there, and I love that. I love that energy. Their speech patterns are getting in the way, that getting to the point where even people outside of me can understand them, which makes it even easier for me to understand them, and their comprehension of all the things happening around them. It's insane. Kids are amazing, and I am so joyous, and that also helped me get through my winter. I think, oh my gosh, potty training has gone, oh my goodness, thank you, Lord, thank you, Jesus. Potty training is finally taking off. When I say taking off, I mean like they're in underwear now. If we're home, they're in underwear. At this point, my oldest has been potty trained since last year, but my twins were not having it, and they just decided, Mom, I gotta go. And I'm like, yeah. So I'm loving that as well. That's a great thing, because diapers are expensive. I'm praying for all of the mommies who are pregnant right now or about to give birth or just gave birth recently, because Lord, they are expensive. Anyway, I really hope your garden is thriving or starting to thrive. I wish nothing but bountiful, lush, healthy, pest-free gardens on all of you, and safety and happiness, bounty. Anyway, hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.